I don't even know if I can see comments or anything. It's frustrating. Well, I hope everyone can see me. I don't know what's going on. Hello? Hey! There I am. Hello? Anyone see me? Hello? Anyone see me? Well, looks like this might be working very, very slowly. Hello? Anyone see me? Well, looks like this might be working very, very slowly. Hello? Anyone see me? Well, looks like this might be working very, very slowly. Hello? I apologize. I don't know why. Anyone see me? Well, looks like this might be working very, very slowly. Hello? I apologize. I don't know why. Anyone see me? Well, looks like this might be working very, very slowly. Hello? I apologize. I don't know why. Anyone see me? Well, looks like this might be working very, very slowly. Hello? I apologize. I don't know why. Anyone see me? Well, looks like this might be working. I did not like this new system that they're using for this live stream. I do not like this at all. I'm gonna probably cancel the live stream and just do a video. This is crap. It's ridiculous. I apologize, but I don't like it. Overcomplicate the whole thing. Before it used to be simple. You just click go live and you went live, and now they want to use encoders and stuff, and it's annoying. If anyone can hear me or see me, feel free to comment. I don't know if anyone can or not. Very, very slowly. Do not like this at all. I'm going to just click. If anyone can hear me. See, I've got a whole lot of comments coming in. Wow. Where is everyone? I was hoping to see a lot of people. There's some people here. So can anyone see me and hear me okay? I see the picture is really small. I don't know if I can make that bigger. Oh, there you go. Maybe that helps. Maybe not. Or see me, people. I see the picture is really small. I don't know if I can make that bigger. Oh, there you go. I guess it's working. Let's get on with it. I apologize for the delay, just a whole bunch of problems. It used to be so simple to get YouTube to work for live streams. Now it's a pain in the ass. I do have questions I'm going to get to first that people asked me previously. Where are they? Got a bunch of questions here somewhere. Dang. One question I had was about Sack Productions 101, who's another deck reviewer, and what happened to her. As you might have noticed, a lot of her videos have disappeared, especially from the last 7-8 months. And she hasn't been posting any videos. She's basically on a hiatus. She's going to school right now. She's concentrating on that. And that's, perfectly acceptable. She might be back at Christmas time. I don't know whether those videos are going to be back at some point in time. I assume so. She privatized them for some reason. I don't really know why. But, I respect her decisions, whatever they might be. And where's questions I'm looking for? Apparently somebody thinks I sound like Elmer Fudd. Jeez. Anyways, these are questions from Dan Andre Tudor, who may or may not be here. I haven't seen him yet. How old am I? Well, I am, or how old are you? I just turned 37 about 2 months ago. I know I'm old. I don't look that old. I don't feel that old. I'm starting to feel that old, but it is what it is. Number 2, what is your favorite deck of cards? I do not like questions like this because when you have about 1,700 decks, not including all the ones that I'm trying to sell or trade, it gets to be really hard to choose one, to single one out. I will name a few. Obviously, Federal 52's got to be on the list. They're beautiful decks. I like the Virtuoso decks. If I was to choose one from Dad and Dave, it'd probably be the Smoke and Mirrors, the original ones, not those stupid reprints. Although there might be others, I can't recall. From Illusionist, obviously Artifice, and also Infinity I'm a fan of. Back when the decks were actually good, and when they actually had good artists. For Fury 11, probably Sentinels, which is one of the early decks. Although Monarchs are also nice, I suppose, as are a lot of the decks. And actually, I should say Medallions are also very nice. Pretty much anything from Paul Carpenter, especially I like the original Tendrils, but pretty much anything from him is awesome. And obviously the same from Jackson Robinson. And did I miss anyone out? Blue Crown, probably Blue Crown, House of Playing Cards, I probably have to say the Verve. And I also like this one, I don't know if you can see it, which is the Mirage from Patrick Kuhn. Very nice deck of cards, I like it. Reviews coming up probably in about a month from now because I got so many reviews going on. Next question. Do you know how to perform ACAN? Just asking, that's any card at any number. If you do look at my new playlist, one of my new ones, Tricks and Tutorials, you will see I do have some kind of an any card at any number performance. And if anyone's interested, I do have any card at any birthday from Boris Wilde available if you want to buy it. Number 4, when did you buy your first professional deck of playing cards? Not exactly sure what he means by that, if he means his first, good deck of cards or first custom deck of cards. But you know, it's going back about 5 or 6 years. Probably the first deck I had, well, the first deck I did have was a casino deck from a local casino, a B casino deck, which has some nice original jokers. You can see review that on my channel. And before that, I had a Hoyle Shellback, which was a really nice deck. Unfortunately, it got dirty after a spill when we were camping when we were younger. But probably the first nice deck I got. And I also had Riderbacks, of course, but one of the first nice decks I got, one of the first decks that got me into collecting was the Circleback Tally Holes. Big fan of them. And probably the first custom decks I got were probably ones from Magic Makers Inc. Or perhaps Illusionist, I don't know. I don't really remember. 5. Bicycle or Tally Hole? Well, I just answered that one with Tally Hole. Circlebacks especially. Tragic Royalty or Eco Edition? I will go with Tragic Royalty. They're both nice decks. I like them both. But I guess Tragic Royalty is just a little bit nicer, I guess. Number 8, Svengali or Stripper? I'm going to go with Stripper deck just because it's a lot more practical for more magic tricks. Svengali deck is more like a one-trick pony. I mean, there's only so much you can do with it. Even better, I prefer a deck like the Delange automatic deck, or $100 deck, which is Stripper deck, it's a mark deck, it's a stack deck. Lots you can do with that. Number 10, what is your favorite deck of cards? We got that already. Number 11, what is your favorite deck review on YouTube? Not you. Darn. Well, Free definitely come to mind, although I don't actually personally watch a lot of deck reviews. For one reason or another. But number 3 would probably be the Cardists, Ashley. Number 2 would probably be Magic Orthodoxy, aka David. And of course, number 1, as you probably might have guessed, is Sack Productions 101, Savannah. I've always enjoyed her reviews. I find it to be very, well, she definitely, she does some good reviews. She gets into all the details and facts about the deck. And all the information about it. She's very concise and precise, and she gives a lot of good ratings on handling and stock and fitness and stuff like that, and just really good reviews. And she's fun and cute, yeah, in multiple ways, not just cute. What is your most viewed video? Well, if I look at my analytics, it states my most viewed video is a Bicycle Gaff Deck review with over 78,000 lifetime views. The next best one is the Artifice Gaff System with 23,002 views. I had 23,000 earlier, so 2 more views on that one. Wow, that was pretty quick. And then there's the Bicycle Ghost and Black Ghost, awesome easy card trick. Bicycle Starlight, the Blue Bicycle Evolution, Bicycle Gold Artifice, and those are the only ones that have over 10,000 views total. I think I got over 4,000 views on the Bicycle Gaff deck alone this past month. You have to excuse me for a minute, I apologize, but I gotta go and take care of the oven. My apologies, I don't want to burn the roast or anything. So that's that. Turns out most of my viewers are men, or male, 92%. Where's all the women? I don't know, I'm pretty sexy, I think. And most of them are, it seems, from the United States. Big surprise there. Enough analytics. Do you watch Penn and Teller Fool Us? Yes. Well, not so much the new one. I've seen the original one, which was from the UK, and it was pretty awesome. over the last couple of days, I've been watching the newer ones on YouTube. I don't particularly watch a whole lot of actual TV. It's mostly YouTube and Netflix. So unless it's on YouTube, I probably haven't seen it. Who is or are your favorite magician or magicians? Well, definitely a couple come to mind. Obviously, David Copperfield, he is the man. He is who everyone idolizes or has idolized growing up, wanting to be. I mean, the guy owns most of magic's history. It's in a warehouse somewhere, secret warehouse. And he's done it all, pretty much. I mean, you can't really argue with that, I don't think. Another one I'm definitely going to mention is another one that I'm a big fan of is Paul Daniels from the UK. Another awesome magician. What these two guys have is great presentation skills. They put a lot of effort into their illusions and tricks and into presentation, months and months of preparation. They got humor. They got, a certain je ne sais quoi, if you will. They just got it. They're charismatic, they're fun, and they're just awesome. I couldn't even compare David Blaine to David Copperfield because David Blaine is, I'm not a big fan of him. I mean, I don't give two hoots if he goes into a park and cuts a person in half and then puts that half together with somebody else's half and brings them to life. It's just stupid. It's not something you can do in front of a live audience, and it's just, I don't know, it's just weird. And Chris Angel, kind of the same thing. This is kind of weird, and I don't know, this stuff just seems kind of not as realistic, not as believable, I should say. Not as believable, and a little bit corny, in my opinion. So that's that. And there's many others I can mention, like Penn and Teller and Lance Burton, and a local guy, Darcy Oak, who was on Britain's Got Talent, had a great audition. And many others as well. It's hard to compete with like David Copperfield and Paul Daniels when it comes to magic. Another question, since he had two that were saying, was from which site do you usually buy playing cards? That's simple. That would be collectibleplayingcards.com. If you use the code VJose32, you get 10% off your order. Others would include playingcards.net, artofplay.com, of course, sites like Illusionist and Fury 11 and Dan and Dave. Sometimes JP Playing Cards from the UK, and there's others all over the world I could probably tell you about, but I don't particularly shop at them. And Etsy.com, I buy some vintage decks from there as well. There were some other questions I saw. How did you get into magic? Well, growing up, when I was young, quite some time ago, I remember I used to watch the David Copperfield specials on TV, and there was also a Paul Daniels show that I used to watch. I just loved magic, but I never got into performing it or anything like that. I never really did it. One time when I was a kid, I did get one of those little kid magic sets with, like a stripper and marked deck. I'm not even sure if it was a stripper, but it was definitely marked. And there was cups and balls and some other little things, and I just never really got into it much, couldn't figure it out, and I got frustrated and kind of gave up with it. Fast forward to about 2010, when I got back online, or when I got online, and I started watching videos on YouTube. I started looking at David Copperfield videos and stuff like that. All of a sudden, I came across this video for a card trick and a tutorial. Miss Meg 822, who I think is responsible for a lot of card magicians on YouTube, I dare say. And I watched this video, and I saw the tutorial, and I'm like, I can do this. I went and grabbed a deck of cards, and I started doing it. Now I've got a file folder that's about that thick, full of tricks from Miss Meg's channel and other channels, most of which I've never performed on my channel. And it's just ridiculous. But I don't really perform a whole lot for people outside of on my channel. I've done a little bit. I'm not a professional magician or anything like that. I wouldn't say that. But that's how I kind of got into magic. I've always kind of liked it. how did you get so many subscribers? Because I only have 14, and these are from Card Tricks 123. Well, there's no overnight success secret. It took me 5 years to get 7,000 subscribers, almost 7,000 subscribers. A lot of it has to do with giveaways and contests. People like that, and I'll subscribe for that. Being kind of unique and original. I mean, there's hundreds of channels that have done card tricks and tutorials. There's not that many that do deck reviews, so it kind of stands out a little bit. Not to mention, I have over 2,000 videos. Probably, I have to say, the largest variety of deck reviews anywhere, and decks from all over the world, and all the different companies, pretty much anything that's come out, and all sorts of Kickstarter stuff. And I've also been doing it for like 5 years now, so you grow a fan base, and it just continues to expand from there. Also, shout outs with some channels early on, like Azukini Magician and Salsa Sea Productions and whatnot. Helps out as well. And I'm sure there was others too. Maybe Schwarzenegger Magic as well. And so many of these people are no longer even around. I don't know what happened to everyone. Everyone has disappeared. Let's see if we got any questions on the live dashboard. Top 3 favorite decks that you own. Well, I've kind of gone through that. What do you think are the 5 suit decks? They're okay, you know, for card tricks and stuff like that. I probably wouldn't use it for Magic. What do you consider a perfect deck? Well, I mentioned some of the ones that I really like. You can take elements from that. I like kind of a custom but classic looking court card, like, say, the Virtuoso deck. I like a nice, good, clean back design, like a classic or traditional type back design, or even something kind of like the Mirage, which is pretty nice back design. You know, stuff that just kind of stands out. I don't like simple decks, or minimalist decks, not at all. But I also don't like court cards that are really over the top or anything like that either. And yes, hello to everyone who's out there watching. Do I recommend tally hole fan backs? Sure, I like them as well, but I just like circle backs a little bit more. What would be a deck of cards you wish you would have? There's a couple of decks that are white whales, if you will, that I'd like to have in my collection. One of them would be a David Blaine Microsoft deck that was printed not too long ago. It was done for a Magic performance, whatever that he did at Microsoft, and I guess all the decks went to the employees, and they're really hard to come by. There was one that was just on eBay. It was like over $200 already. Not going to do that. I wouldn't mind having a Blue Jerry's Nugget as well, since I got the red one, or was it the other way around? I don't remember. I got one. I wouldn't mind having the other one, and wouldn't necessarily mind a couple of vintage decks like the Silver Slipper Casino decks. At least one of those, and also the Rare Heart Divine Dunes Casino decks. Most of the other rare decks I already have, so it's not too many that I'm looking for. Do you enjoy my channel? I haven't really watched your channel. I apologize for that. I don't usually watch a whole lot of Magic channels. How much did you spend altogether on your decks? Are you kidding? I have no idea. Thousands, probably thousands and thousands. I've got, you know, many decks, plus Magic tricks I bought, which I kind of regret, at least some of them. Definitely thousands of dollars. I mean, if you take the 1,700 decks I have, multiply that by about $20 to include shipping, you get a rough estimate. Pacey Smith Garcia, how did you get into card collecting? Well, I started watching these Miss Meg videos on YouTube and other tutorials, and I saw the tally hole, and I was like, wow, you know, beautiful deck of cards. I love that back design. And I finally said, you know what, screw it, I'm going to buy this deck. I did, and then it led to me buying more and more. I remember at one point in time, I was like, okay, I got like 50 or 60 decks, 100, that's it, I'm not going to go past 100. But then I blew past that. Then I said, okay, I had this dresser drawer It was filling up with decks, and I said, okay, as soon as this fills up, that's it. That's a couple hundred decks, and it's like, went past that. I even broke my drawer. I think I had to fix it. But, yeah, it just ballooned. Could you upload the record of the live Q&A? I will do that. Are you excited for the new Mana Sybil? Yes, I've been waiting about 8 months for that deck. It's getting ridiculous. I hope it comes soon. Let's get on to the giveaway portion. You might want to know what I'm giving away first. And I only got about that many entries, 19 entries, which is unfortunate, but if I had put 5th anniversary giveaway, I would have had about 100 entries from a whole bunch of people that have never heard of my channel and don't care about cards. So it's like, I'm not going to say that's a giveaway. If you watched the video, congratulations, you're entered. If you don't watch my videos, screw you. Watch my videos next time. So, I do have a bunch of stickers. Some stickers. I got an albino sticker I'm throwing in there. One from System 6 Magic, which is pretty nice. I got one from Whispering Imps. And a couple from Theory 11. And I've also got a signed card. Not the best signature I've ever done, but whatever. And a double backer for magic purposes. Originally, I was going to do 12 decks, a brick. That's what I said in my video. But then I decided, when I was going through my decks and what I wanted to give away, I decided, 12 is good, 15 is better, right? But then I started looking at my box and I put them in there, and I realized I could fit a few more in there. So instead of 12 decks, not even 15 decks, I'm doing 20 decks. I call this Poker Decks of the World, because you'll get everything and anything from around the world, basically. There is a Grimaud deck from France. Most of these are, decent quality. They'll be good for practicing magic or playing cards or even doing magic. I got a Piatnik poker deck, which is from Austria, obviously. I got these Derby decks, which I believe are from Pulse and Playing Cards, and it says they're made in Mexico. Arriba! I've got Opium Playing Cards, which are from India. These ones, by the way, they're like warped like this. I don't know why. You can try to put them in a card clipper or something, but I mean, they're fine, but they're just warped for some reason, and they've been like that since I got them. I've got a Copec Casino deck, which is from Brazil. I've got Double Kroon, which is from Cardamundi in Belgium. And I got another one from Cardamundi in Belgium, which is just a casino deck, doesn't even have a name. I've got a couple of Fournier Deluxe, I think they say they're 818, whatever, decks. I've got, and those are from Spain, of course, Queen's Slipper poker deck in red from Australia. I've got Anglos from Sweden, and these are the giant backs, not the rug backs that everyone seems to have. Giant backs, this is the same back design on a giant deck, which I now have, so I don't need these, I guess. I've got a couple of Ascals, which is from the Angel Playing Card Company in Japan. You see the back design there a little bit. These are still sealed, brand new, from Lee Asher's website. They're decent quality, however, as soon as you shuffle them, they no longer fan for some reason. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. Maybe fanning powder will fix that. And there's still a couple more. A couple of Bicycle Seconds decks to go along with your double backer. And last but certainly not least, sealed and brand new MPC playing cards. Of course, made in China, but very good quality for the most part. So that's what you get. Only 20 people entered. I want to put all this aside. Bear with me a second. And, I mean, I was going to do only the 15 decks, but then when I checked it out, Canada Post, it was only going to be a couple of bucks more to do 5 more decks. So that's why I finally decided, you know what, I'll just do all those decks. What's a couple more decks? Alright, not to mention stickers and cards and all sorts of other stuff. Is everyone ready? Those Fairy 11 playing cards. I don't know what you're talking about, Hunter. But, can you give me a shout out? Card Fix 123. Shout out again. We're gonna choose one name at random. I'll do this one. It is, congratulations, Arjuna. And if you read that, Arjuna Nicholas. Hopefully you are in North America somewhere. Otherwise, I'm not going to be too happy. And we'll redo it. But yes, congratulations, you got a whole bunch of decks. I still don't know what Fear 11 cards he's talking about. Maybe he'll get back to me on that. Congratulations to the winners. Anyways, did I ever win a giveaway? I've won 1 or 2 giveaways. Nothing major. I remember I won a Victoria deck, which is just a made in China dollar store deck. Yay. I don't remember what else I really won. One big giveaway I did win was a expert at the card table deck. Not the little fancy Bible one, just a regular one from Magical 56. And it was signed by her and everything a couple years ago. She's also disappeared. Yeah, congratulations, you won. You'll have to send me a message with your address information and I will get this into the mail in the next couple of days. Don't expect too many more giveaways because like I said, this is going to cost me like 25 bucks just to ship this out in North America. What are you drinking? Some kind of fruit juice. Fruit punch, I believe it is. Is there any other questions anyone has for me? I'll take questions now. Well, I've been doing questions already. Who is your favorite tuber? I'm guessing you mean, favorite YouTuber. Well, I don't watch a whole lot of magic stuff on YouTube. One of the ones that I do like watching, although he doesn't do too many videos, or at least not very often, is Calibus71. Calibus71 comes up with, every trick he's done is original, is something he's come up with, something that is taking him some time to put together, it's based on different stuff. Calibus71, I like his stuff. Sometimes his tricks are a little bit long-winded, and his tutorials sometimes even longer, but they're pretty cool effects in the end. And Miss Mega, of course, is one that I've always liked watching, although he hasn't done anything in some time. Outside of magic-related channels, I like watching the Fine Bros and Epic Rap Battles, the React channel, stuff like that. How old am I? I already mentioned I just turned 37 2 months ago. I'm getting old. And I'm feeling it, especially after Friday was not a fun day at work. I had to haul 100 sheets of drywall up to the second floor in an elevator that was way too small, and, well, my arms are definitely feeling it. Do you like Piff the Magic Dragon? I love him. I remember seeing him first on the original Penn and Teller's Fool Us, and I loved him. He's a funny guy, and obviously a good magician as well. Hopefully he does good on America's Got Talent, although I'm not sure he's going to win. And I think I've also seen him on Penguin Live. Oh yes, Kendall Lawson, you asked the question, is reviewing your hobby or is this the thing you love doing? Well, it's both. It is my hobby, and it is something I love doing. I think that's kind of the same thing. It's something I enjoy doing. I enjoy showing you all these decks of cards and telling you what I think about them, because I love playing cards, and bringing you as many reviews as possible. So you don't have to go anywhere else to look for a deck review. It'll be here, more than likely. What's the cheapest and most expensive deck you've gotten? Um, I don't know what the cheapest one would be. I know there's definitely been some cheap quality ones from Asia I got. I had one that was a Tiger brand deck from Asia. It was cheap ass playing cards. Um, even the top case was just flimsy as hell. But I don't remember how much that cost. Actually, probably the cheapest ones I got were the ones from the dollar store, obviously. But they're decent quality, these ones. I had some before, years and years ago from the dollar store that were horrible. They were just like flaking everywhere. Most expensive? Well, probably would have been White Centurions or the blue gold Monarchs, the original Monarchs. It's also one of the rare ones I own. Um, and both of those have cost like over $100. And actually, I'd also like probably Smoke and Mirror V1 as well. Those are probably the most expensive ones. I haven't gone over like $150. What is my favorite 311 deck? I mentioned that earlier. I would probably go with Sentinels, one of the oldies. I just love it. It's nice, completely custom, original. I haven't really done anything like that too much lately. I also like marks are fine as well, and I like the medallions as well. If I was to mention a couple. Arjuna, you can send me a personal message, or if you go to my channel, you'll see my email, VJose32@gmail.com. Just send me a message. Um, who do you think is better, Dan or Dave? I don't even know the difference between Dan and Dave. They're identical twins. I mean, whenever I see one, I see both, really. I've never really seen either one perform or anything like that. I just see them drinking coffee and teasing decks all the time whenever I watch their coffee or Dan and Dave video. So I don't know. I can't really say. I've never watched a whole lot of this stuff. Penn or Teller? I like Teller. He's silent but deadly. He's obviously Teller is the more skilled sleight of hand magician, and he's got funny facials and stuff like that. Penn is good at talking and stuff like that, but Teller seems to do everything, really. He seems to be the brains. It's 2015 and the playing card industry is growing. Do you find there's a lot of new people starting to collect compared to a few years ago? I'd say so. There's quite a few people collecting now. Probably more than there was, especially since all these Kickstarter decks come out. Do you know how to levitate? Yes, it involves a crane. David Blaine does it all the time in front of a fake audience. Copperfield did it first, and he did it better over the Grand Canyon. And then there's that lame-ass one where you levitate yourself an inch off the floor, which is ridiculous too. It's also David Blaine. Do you like Scam School? Yes, although I haven't watched it recently. I did see Brian Russwood though on Penn and Teller Fool Us. It's pretty interesting, although you had no chance of fooling them with what he did. Do I like Bicycle Equidistant? Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. I do like it. It's one of the few decks I've actually gotten at Walmart because it's one of the few decks they actually sell here in Canada anyways. What is your favorite illusionist deck? I mentioned that as well. That would have to be Artifice, although I also like the Infinity decks. And again, that's back when decks were actually cool from illusionists. Now they're all meh. Who cares? What's brand playing card? Like Bicycle, Fear 11, Elite. Do you think it's better? Wow. That's a tough one. I would probably say, I don't even know how you call those brands. They're just websites. I'd probably say Fear 11. They got good customer service. I like their Elite membership thing and what they've been doing lately. It's very nice. I wouldn't even consider Elite playing cards. Tragic Royalty or Robocycle? I'll go with Tragic Royalty. Robocycle is just a little bit strange. Favorite Kickstarter deck? There's a lot in. Again, probably Federal 52s are up there. Manas are up there. The ones I've gotten so far. um, I don't know. I've gotten hundreds of decks from Kickstarter. It's hard to narrow it down. I already mentioned Invisible deck was Svengali deck. Oh, actually, that's a different one. Invisible or Svengali. Again, I will go with Invisible. And actually, he had a question as well. It was Invisible deck or Brainwave deck. I would probably go with Brainwave deck because, well, they're more or less the same thing, but Brainwave, you do get the one little extra step where instead of it just being a selection is face down in a face up deck, it's also a different colored back. What's the deal with the expert backs in Canada? It does expert on them. It does say expert. Yes, there is a bicycle deck in Canada and Walmart. It's a Heritage Edition or whatever they're calling it. It's a brown colored expert backs with dirty faces. You can see the review on my channel. I like them. They are made for Canada. They're basically a Canadian version of the 125th anniversary decks. And I really like them, even though they got a one-way back. It is subtle, works in Magic, and I do like them. Do you prefer the vintage original fan backs or the Dan and Dave ones? Uh, um, well, basically the same thing. I guess I would go with the original. They're obviously vintage, they're cooler, and I also like the white and black fan backs from Zenith Cock. Those are pretty cool. Does anyone else have any more questions they want to ask me? You can ask questions. It doesn't just have to be playing card related or anything like that. Personal questions are okay to some extent, obviously. Silver split spades or green metallic gatorbacks. Gatorbacks. I'm not a big fan of silverback decks that much, especially with metallics inks, because sometimes it becomes hard to see. Like the I forget what they're called. One of the old ones from Lance Miller. They were cool decks. Gargoyles, bicycle gargoyles. They're cool decks, but the metallic inks or the silver colors is, take away from it a little bit. But do I like bicycle metallic silver? Yeah, but I prefer the gold ones. Favorite bicycle anniversary deck? I like the new ones. They're really cool. The 130th anniversary. I like the back design they used and everything. But I also like those Canadian ones I was mentioning. Do I have any Dan and Dave DVDs? I don't even know. I don't think so. I might have one that I'm trying to sell, but I don't remember for sure. Do I have a wife or a girlfriend? No, I'm married to my playing cards. I don't. It's been some time since I had a girlfriend, and I've only had a couple of short-term relationships. But it's been also a little bit more about my choice. I've met a lot of women, haven't had any luck, so I just kind of got tired of it. Do I have a PS4? Yes, I got all of them. PS1, 2, 3, and 4. And I do like the PS4. Looking forward to the upcoming WWE game and other games like Uncharted and Tomb Raider. What do you think has a better reaction, Bound deck or Svengali deck? I don't know. Probably Svengali. Why is my channel named VJose32? Well, because 5 or 6 years ago, 7 years ago actually, 5 years ago, it's my 5th anniversary. 5 years ago when I first came onto YouTube and I started watching videos and I wanted to comment. So I signed up. VJose32 was my email address, so it became my channel name. It stands for Victor, Jose is my middle name, and 32 was, I guess, my age at the time. Or whatever, that's just what it stands for. It's not that exciting, but it is. Have I played Metal Gear Solid? No, none of them. I never played Metal Gear Solid in my life. Wow, whole 5 people watching my video. Do I have any close friends that are YouTubers? No, not that I know of. I don't have a whole lot of close personal friends outside of the ones on Facebook. Probably Savannah, Sack Productions 101 would probably be the one closest as a YouTuber. Most of the other ones that are YouTubers I'm not really close friends with, and any that I am more close friends with, they're down on YouTube. Favorite console game? Super Mario Brothers. All three of the original ones were awesome. I even got the Nintendo Wii just to play them, and I haven't really played them that much. Some even require some other stupid controller. I'm not a big fan of the Wii controller. The battery's always dying, and it's just I don't like it. I've never gotten used to it. I prefer the old school ones or the PlayStation ones. Although I do remember also enjoying Sonic the Hedgehog many years ago when it was on Genesis. I remember when I was a kid, little kid, maybe 8, 10 years old, we used to have a Kmart practically right down the street from us. Now it's an empty former Zellers, which never became a Target, basically. There used to be a Zellers there as well. There was both Zellers and Target. But Target used to have video games set up in the store. And I used to go there all the time, especially in the summer on holidays. And I'd play games like X-Men and Sonic the Hedgehog. And it was fun. And some of the earlier games that I played. No, I do not have an Xbox, never had. No, I don't play games on the computer. Well, I mean, the only games I really play on the computer would be perhaps City Skyline or I forget the Sim City. They're the only ones I really play on a computer. And Sim City is probably the original computer game I played back when I was in high school. The original Sim City when I was in high school, that's going back to the mid or late 90s, 96, 97. That's a long time ago on those old computers. But it was, it was fun. I'd go into the computer room, play the game for a while. Used to enjoy it. And one of the newest Sim Cities wasn't that great. But the new one is fine. Cities Skyline is a similar game, and I really like it. If you want to talk about games, the original game system I had was the Atari. Now that's old school. And at that time, the Nintendo was already out, but this one was a little bit cheaper. It had more games that were cheaper to choose from, so that's what I went with. But we did eventually get the Nintendo. And then it wasn't until the PlayStation came out that I upgraded to a new system. I never had Super Nintendo or anything else. Do I like the Guardians deck? Yes, I do like them. They're nice. They're pretty cool. I got a couple of different versions, obviously. The original and the newer one and the USPC version. Which app do you find yourself playing the most? I don't play any app games, really. I've had some that I've played, mostly stuff like Family Feud or Wheel of Fortune or other game shows. And, I used to play a Storage Wars type game, which I used to enjoy. But lately I don't play a lot of games on my phone. The apps I use the most would be stuff like Facebook. Do I watch anime? It's actually an E at the end, not an A. If you just answer the question if you spell it right. No, I don't. Closest thing I watch is Power Rangers. Which one is your free mini decks you like the most? Free mini decks? I got about 30 mini decks. Probably just that, the old school Riderbacks. And I got like 5 or 6 different colors of those now. I like those. Tally holes are cool. The Hoyles are cool, All the mini decks are pretty cool. The ones that I got, I think. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for today. How many decks do I have? If you check Portfolio 52 and search for me, you'll see I have almost 1,700 decks. Not including a couple hundred that I'm trying to sell or trade. Which deck do you think has the best handling and stock? Well, I've always been a fan of the Vortex and any deck that has an aristocrat stock and magic finish. And I think that this one, which is the Mirage, is a very close comparison to an aristocrat stock and magic finish. And I've been enjoying this one, and it's still, I've been playing it quite a bit the last couple of days, and it's still handling pretty good. I like this one. What do you do for work? I work as a carpenter slash laborer. I'm working with a company called Fresh Projects. Right now we're working on an apartment building. I'm doing a lot of door frames and other stuff. Like I said earlier, I had to carry 100 sheets of drywall upstairs through an elevator that was way too small. Spent the whole time on Friday doing that, almost all day, and it was not fun. I was still sore, stiff from it. So it's a magic trick. Wonderful. I don't know if I'm going to have time for that. Can I do a card spring? No. The most I can do is a little dribble. I've never really felt like bending my cards to do a card spring. And I don't know right now if I got strength in my hand to even do that. I'll show you a magic trick another time, unfortunately. I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you everyone for participating, for the questions. To the winner, make sure you contact me as soon as possible. With your address, telephone number also helps for international shipping, or American shipping anyways, or whatever it might be. And that is that. Favorite card trick? Favorite card trick, I enjoyed quite a few. One that I liked, that I actually performed for some people a few years ago, was the mentally unsolvable card trick. I apologize if there's any lag. And mentally unsolvable card trick is one that I've actually performed on my channel as well. Although it's not that effective when you don't have spectators. But it's a pretty awesome trick where 5 spectators get random cards. They choose one, they get randomly stacked up, randomly dealt out and everything, and then you're able to identify those 5 cards very easily, just because of a nice little set of indicator cards. Oops, crap. As usual, I'm losing my cards. Another trick I really like is a packet trick called Twisted Sisters, and I'm also a fan of the Poker Test packet trick. And there's a Boris Wild trick as well that I have. That I like. It's not any card at any birthday. I forget what it is. But there's a variety of tricks, card tricks that I really like, and that I perform. What's your favorite double lift? I don't know. I mean, I guess basically just lifting 2 cards or whatever. I don't know if you even saw that, but I don't really have a favorite double lift. I just do whatever I can. I guess I just do the try to do a little dribble and get my 2 cards. That sort of a thing usually is what I do. Again, I apologize if it is lagging. By the way, I've actually been working on a trick which is a triumph trick that involves something I haven't seen before. The use of a double backer. So maybe I'll do that soon once I figure that out. But anyways, like I said, if there's no more questions, I will call it a day. Make sure you check in. I got deck reviews lined up practically until the end of October. It's ridiculous. And that's just 1 a day. Well, that's just like 4 a week right now. 5 a week. 4 or 5 a week. But anyways. For cards to Magic Orthodoxy, I prefer Magic Orthodoxy. Have you ever created your own card tricks? Very few. The odd one I've created. There was one I created more or less, I was, because I'm a fan of Cimarelli, I call it the Cimarelli 6, and there is a performance on my channel. I've been trying to find a better way of doing it, but haven't done that. Do you plan on making your own deck of cards? Actually, I did the VJose32 deck of cards going back a year or so ago. Did not have a lot of success selling them, and it was not cheap for 36 decks that I printed. I do still have one, and there's a review on my channel. Savannah has a review. It wasn't the best deck of cards, not the best handling, massive borders. It's printed by Ad Magic, if anyone is interested. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's okay. And I've actually printed a couple others that were just one time. I've had a few other decks that I printed as like tests, just one deck here or there. You can see them under custom deck reviews that I've done. But those ones just got standard faces. Anyways, that is that. Thank you, everyone. I see everyone is leaving. Have you worked with a card company like Fury 11 or Feroy 11? Why does everyone always put Feroy 11? I never understand that. I always think it's funny when people go, Feroy 11. Anyways, Fury 11, no. I have not worked with any companies like them. I mean, I got a partnership or a sponsorship with collectibleplayingcards.com right now. I did have one a little bit with B2C, but so did several others, I guess. I've helped out some Kickstarter creators here and there, but not much. Actually, I did work on a partnership with one Kickstarter creator, but the project wasn't successful, and he has never redone it or anything like that. Do I plan to retry my attempt at a deck, maybe a new Kickstarter? I don't know how well that would do. I mean, I get maybe 100 views on a video, if I'm lucky. I mean, eventually I get a couple thousand views on videos after some time. But I don't get a whole lot of views on my videos right off the bat. It takes some time, not like some people. And while I do have a lot of fans, I also don't have the best reputation, especially on the forums. A lot of people are not a big fan of me, so I don't know how it would go over. And I did not have a whole lot of positive response to my original deck, especially on the forums. At least on the one forum. But anyways, I don't know. Maybe one day in the future we'll see. Anyways, thanks everyone. Goodbye. I apologize again for the late start and the issues. Can I do gambling moves like second deals, bottom deals, deck stacking? No. Never really done that. Don't really have any use for it. Any other last minute questions? The most I could do is apparently horrible fanning, or clumping a little bit, and false cuts and stuff like that. My false cut, of course. Couldn't see it very well, I apologize. But it's on my channel, VJose32 false cut, the V false cut, as I call it. Alright. Any more questions? Alright, thank you everyone. See ya. More reviews coming tomorrow, the rest of the week, the next couple months. I already mentioned what I thought about decks with 5 suits. I actually have one. They're okay for what they are. They add an extra element to playing cards, maybe even to magic tricks. But there's not very many out there, and they're usually not that good of a quality. And I'm yet to find a deck that has additional suits, whether it's 5 suits or 6 suits, that are, on par with clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds. They're okay, but I just kind of like regular 4 suits. In fact, if you want one, I do have the Fat Pack that I'm trying to sell. If you're interested, let me know. So yeah, that's what I've got. Thank you everyone. See you next time.